Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let's talk about mental health. Now, I didn't choose this topic because it's trendy or popular. No, I chose it because of the recent events that have happened. I know there has been an increase in depression and anxiety, not only with young adults, but children as well. And this is why I want to shed some light on the topic, so we can find resources to help those who are struggling. First, let me explain what mentality is. According to a psychiatrist, mentality is a term used to describe how your thoughts affect your physical health. For example, if you're always positive, it may lead to increased well-being. On the contrary, if you're always negative, it can take a toll on your body. Mentality isn't a diagnosis, but rather a way to explain how your thoughts and behaviors affect your overall well-being. Having a negative mentality can have several signs and symptoms. These can include low energy, decreased motivation, lack of concentration, emotional detachment, social withdrawal, disturbed sleep patterns, appetite changes, self-criticism, feelings of hopelessness, frequent illness, muscle tension, headaches, digestive problems, racing heartbeat, difficulty breathing, and sweating. You see how these can be signs of depression and anxiety, which brings us to the topic of today, according to the American Psychological Association. Anxiety and depression are two separate but overlapping mental disorders that frequently occur together. Anxiety is characterized by an intense feeling of fear, apprehension, and worry, while depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness, hopelessness, and loss of interest. It is important to note that these terms are often misused and misunderstood. Anxiety and depression are complex mental disorders that require professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety is a normal and necessary part of life. In fact, anxiety can be helpful. When experienced in small doses, anxiety can help keep us alert and focused on potential dangers or threats. However, when anxiety becomes excessive and persistent, it can turn into an anxiety disorder. Signs of anxiety include restlessness, feeling on edge, being easily startled, difficulty concentrating, irritability, muscle tension, and sleep disturbances. In fact, many factors can contribute to their development. Let's start with genetics. Research shows that anxiety and depression can be passed down through families. If you have a family history of these conditions, you may be more vulnerable to them. But genetics aren't the only factor at play. Our next point: early life experiences. Yes, our past experiences matter. Adverse childhood experiences such as abuse, neglect, or witnessing domestic violence can leave deep emotional scars that increase the risk of developing anxiety and depression later in life. Moving on, let's talk about personality traits. Certain personality traits can make us more susceptible to anxiety and depression. For instance, perfectionism or having a very high need for control can set us up for disappointment and frustration. Next is our brain chemistry. Neurotransmitters, which are chemical messengers in the brain, play a crucial role in our mood and emotions. Imbalances in neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine can contribute to anxiety and depression. Then we have medical conditions and medications. Some medical conditions like chronic pain or hormonal disorders can trigger these mental health challenges. Additionally, certain medications can have side effects that mimic anxiety or depression symptoms. Finally, let's discuss psychological stress. Prolonged stress, whether from work, relationships, or financial problems, can take a toll on our mental health, pushing us closer to anxiety and depression. So remember, it's not just one factor that causes these conditions. It's a complex interplay of genetics, environment, personality, and current stressors. Now let's explore some ways to improve our mentality. First and foremost, I encourage you to adopt a growth mindset. This means embracing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. A study published in the Journal of Graduate Medical Education found that people with a growth mindset are better able to cope with stress and setbacks, which is essential for maintaining good mental health. Next, practice gratitude. Taking time each day to appreciate the positive aspects of your life can shift your focus away from negativity. In a study published in Clinical Psychology Review, researchers found that gratitude journaling, where you write down things you're grateful for, can improve mental health and well-being. Moving on, engage in regular physical activity. Exercise has been shown to reduce anxiety and depression symptoms. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. I also suggest practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing exercises, yoga, or meditation. These practices can help calm your mind and reduce feelings of anxiety and stress. A study in the Journal of Affective Disorders found that mindfulness-based stress reduction programs can alleviate anxiety and depression symptoms. Don't forget the power of sleep. Getting enough restful sleep is crucial for maintaining good mental health. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and establish a consistent sleep routine. Now, let's talk about seeking professional help. If you're struggling with anxiety or depression, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist or counselor. Therapy provides a safe space to explore your emotions, develop coping strategies, and receive support. One form of therapy that has shown promising results for anxiety and depression is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT helps you identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to these conditions. Lastly, build a strong support system. Nurture relationships with family and friends who offer emotional support and understanding. Joining support groups can also provide you with a sense of community and shared experience. Remember, taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. By adopting these strategies, you can cultivate a more positive mentality and improve your overall well-being. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe for more informative content. Thanks for watching.